All right, welcome everybody to the 2025 Extreme Bass Series Championship presented by Blazer Boats, Mercury Marine, and Visit Central Florida Sports. We're right down here at Camp Mack along the shores of beautiful Kissimmee chain of lakes. We sent out 170 boats, 340 of not just Central Florida, but Florida's top fishermen from all around the state this weekend. Two-day championship event. Today is day one weigh-in. These guys are vying for a first place prize. It's a Blazer 625, a Mercury 250 Pro XS. It's set up with a power pole move, power pole 8-foot blades, a power pole charge, and a Trojan lithium and AGM batteries, as well as Lowrance electronics. That top prize is valued at $83,000, and one team is going to be taking that home this weekend. We've already had two teams weigh in a little bit early. We opened the scales at 2:30, but the next set of anglers that are going to be coming up to the stage is Robbie Crosno and Ricky Grant. They are from our Orange Lake division. They did win the division in the points race. They're the divisional champions for that event. Our division champions during the championship fish for the Fitzgerald Fishing Team of the Year. What that means is all of our top divisional winners fish against each other. The highest finishing team within the championship earns that accolade of Team of the Year, and they also earn free entries into one division the following season, as well as a nice bag of goodies from Fitzgerald Fishing. All right, Ricky, come see me. He's got 5 fish, all alive. Go ahead and set that bag right there for me. Ricky, you guys grinded all year in the Orange Lake division. That is our top division.
Yeah, it was fun. Orange Lake's definitely the best lake in the state of Florida right now.
It absolutely is. Plenty of big fish coming out left and right. Those 5 going to go 16.40 pounds. 16.40 pounds. Anything you want to weigh for big fish?
No, we don't have anything big. 5-pounder maybe.
All right. Appreciate you coming out. We got the release boat right behind us. All right, up next to the stage, our North River Divisional Director, Jason Gutierrez, and his wife, Brandy Gutierrez. They've got 5 fish in the bag, 2 fish care penalties. So we're going to assess a full pound to your overall weight here, Jason. Appreciate you guys making the trip from St. Johns River area. 10.35 pounds on that bag, 10.35. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow morning as you give it another go. Big thank you to all of our partners and sponsors for this year's events. Next up to the stage, a pair of hammers. There are divisional champions from our Central Florida division. The Central Florida division is the most unique division in all of Extreme Bass Series. We fished 9 different events throughout the entire season, 9 different lakes. So you've got to really put the time and effort in to be the top champions in that division. And this team right here, Drew Carter, Bobby Lane Jr., no stranger to the namesake. Junior, go ahead and set that bag right on the scale. Living up to the namesake. 5 fish going to go 27.68 pounds, 27.68. I know we got a pair of big fish in there. Grab that bag out of the scale for me. We're going to put that biggest fish on the scale. Well, we'll check both. You can only win one of the Big Bass awards for today. We are paying back 2 big fish awards. Good night. Look at that fish there. Big fish, Bobby Lane Jr., 7.98 pounds on that one. This fish, not going to quite get that trophy catch status, 7.80, 7.80. There you are. Hold that fish up real quick. We are live on XtremeBassSeries.com. Drew, grab that other fish in there. Right up to the front of the stage here. Hold those fish up. Pair of almost 8-pounders to take over the lead. That is definitely a Fitzgerald mega bag. All right, guys. Go get those fish right down to the release boat for us. Get those fish back into Lake Kissimmee. Looks like we'll be talking to you again here very soon. Jeremy Smith, Jim Folks, our Toho Divisional Directors, coming up to the stage next. They're no strangers to this event as they won this championship event over the last 21 years, 3 different times. They did win back-to-back years. I believe it was 2015 and 2016 down at Lake Okeechobee for both of those events. They've got 5 fish all alive. Jeremy, set that bag right on the scale for me. 5 fish, that'll go 26.05 pounds, 26.05. That's going to put you in second place currently. Anything you want to weigh for big fish? All just solid 5-pounders. All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow afternoon, right back here on the weigh-in stage. Looks like they're going to be competing for number 4. Those of you that are watching at home, XtremeBassSeries.com and on our Facebook channel, appreciate you joining us. This is the 21st annual Extreme Bass Series Championship. It is presented by Blazer Boats, Mercury Marine, and Visit Central Florida Sports. This next set of anglers, they're no strangers to taking top spots. Lee Stalvey, Parker Stalvey, they're our North River Divisional Champions. Parker, set that bag right there on the scale. He won one of the most lucrative events we'll get to that in a second, 27.54 pounds, 27.54. Going to put you just shy of the lead, put you in second place currently. Anything we want to weigh for big fish? All right. Appreciate you guys coming out. Parker and Lee both have won the annual Wolfson Children's Hospital Bass Tournament on the St. Johns River. Parker won it 2 years ago with Siler Prince. They took home a cool $10,000 on their way to raising money for the Wolfson Children's Hospital right there in Jacksonville. Anybody that hasn't fished or been a part of that event, please make sure you check that the Wolfson Children's Hospital out. Great event, great cause. We're very proud to be a part of that event. Next up, speaking of great events, Donnie Fiegel, Josh Lester, they're our Swanee River Divisional Directors. Donnie and Josh run an annual breast cancer awareness tournament, as well as a puzzle pieces autism benefit tournament. 5 fish, that'll go unofficially 14.62 pounds, 14.62. Appreciate you guys coming out. Donnie runs one of the best fundraising events in all of Florida, right there along the shores of the Suwannee and Santa Fe rivers. Earlier this month, he ran the Suwannee River Breast Cancer Awareness Tournament and raised over $235,000 between him and his team. Every cent of that $235 stays within the Suwannee River community. All right, let's see. Who do we have next? Hand that to Melissa for me. She'll get you pulled up on this. All right, we got Jeff Travis, Chris Lisenby. They are our Panhandle divisional champions. They got 5 fish today. That'll go 8.78 pounds, 878. The Panhandle division is new this season. Appreciate you guys coming all the way down from the Tallahassee area. Ronnie Parrish, David Sims, they're coming up to the stage next from our Orange Lake division. Ronnie just had a birthday recently. And I'm sure Janet's watching at home. She said, what did she tell you before coming down to this event?
I was just talking about it winning, but I'm coming down.
She said, bring that boat home or don't come home with 5 fish. That'll go 8.68 pounds. Going to have a lot of ground to make up tomorrow, 868. Thank you, Mr. Sims. We've got the release boat right behind the stage. Walk those right down to Mr. Dennis. We'll get those fish right back out into Lake Kissimmee. Mr. Sims has been a part of Extreme Bass Series for many years. He ran our Rodman division for a number of years, our Orange Lake division for a number of years. And I'm glad to see that he's still coming out and getting after it with the rest of the crew. Yes, many more. All right, next up, we got Corey Gibbs, Danny Thompson from our Citrus division. They got 5 fish in their bag. 5, that'll go 16.82 pounds, 1682. Anything you want to weigh for big fish? All right. Brady Lunsman and Mikey Kiso, they qualified between the Citrus and Orange Lake divisions. They got a 5 bass limit coming up to the stage. Brady, come on up and see me. You can set that bag right on the scale. A little bit breezy out there today.
Yeah, very breezy.
Brady, those 5 going to go. Solid bag, 17.76 pounds, 1776. Got our release boat right behind the stage. We are paying back the top 25 spots in this weekend's event. Top 25 will get paid after the conclusion of tomorrow's weigh-in, with the top team taking home that Blazer Mercury prize package valued at $83,000. We are paying them back an additional, or not an additional, but more than $120,000 in cash and prizes this weekend. Our division champions from the Harris chain, Claiborne and Christian Reed, coming up to the stage. Christian, set that bag right there for me. They got 5 fish all alive. Those 5 are going to go 15.84 pounds, 1584. I'm going to have you grab that bag and take it right down behind the stage to our Camp Mack release boat. $15.84 on that bag, Melissa. All right, Derek Daniels, Michael Johnson from our Orange Lake division. Set that bag right on the scale, Mike. They got 5 fish. That'll go 13.14 pounds, 13.14. Justin and Alina Dunaway, they're coming up from our Central Florida division. They got 5 fish in the bag. They're pretty local to this place. Justin, those 5 going to go 10.39 pounds, 1039. Lena, who caught all those fish today?
Father.
Did you at least net them?
Yes.
Did you have any fish that got off that cost you?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. She doesn't want to talk about it, so she's ready to go and give it another shot tomorrow. All right, coming up to the stage next, our divisional champions from our Lake Toho division. They are also the 2022 Extreme Bass Series champions. They won a Blazer 595 Pro Elite down on Lake Okeechobee just a couple years ago. They're trying to get another win under their belt this week, and they got 5 fish that will go 16.13 pounds, 16.13. A lot of ground to make up tomorrow, but
Never give up.
give up. I hope the leaderboard is updating automatically, but just to give you a quick rundown, 27.68 pounds, currently leading with Drew Carter and Bobby Lane Jr. If the leaderboard is not updating, you may have to refresh the page. All right, Brantley, Kaylee, come see me. Brantley Hall, Kaylee Yasinich. I hope I got that right from our Central Florida division. We got 5 in the bag. The 5 fish that will go 9.76 pounds, 976. Just right down to the release boat. All right, next up to the stage, boat 18, Ron and Hunter Dowdy. Ron, give her just a second, get you up on the screen. All right, there we go. We got 4 fish, all alive. Yep, bag and all right there. They're from our Central Florida division. Anybody around Central Florida, if you need any plumbing needs, this is the man to call. Those 4 will go 4.34 pounds, 434. I think it's a bad day to be a neutral or a truly 4.34 pounds, but appreciate you coming. Boat number 9, Brandon and Jesse Williams. They're coming up from out. Well, they've bounced around a bunch of divisions, but Citrus, Orange Lake, Swanee River. They won the Citrus division. They've got 5 fish all alive that will go 17.23 pounds, 17.23. Appreciate you guys coming out. These guys also won the 2023 Team of the Year, and last year they got to fish all season for free. How'd that feel?
It felt good, but we went to Orange Lake and got our butts kicked, so we had to get away from them.
Understandable. Well, appreciate you guys coming down to Lake Kissimmee and being a part of this event. We'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. All right, Dennis Young, Chase Varga, they got 5 fish from our Citrus division and Orange Lake. Qualified through both divisions. 11.99 pounds on that bag, $11.99. I'll take that boat card. We'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, coming up to the stage next from our Istapoga division, we've got DJ Green, Dave Bolema. They got 5 fish in the bag. DJ set that bag in there. I saw one solid fish go into that bag. 19.17 pounds, 19.17. Let's weigh that big fish. We are paying back 2 big fish each day. It's got to be better than 4.27 pounds to take over second big fish. Hold that fish up real quick before we put it on the scale. Beautiful fish. That's going to take over second big fish, 6.11 pounds, 611. You're just tuning in on XtremeBassSeries.com and through our Facebook page. We sent out 170 teams out on the Kissimmee chain of lakes. One of those teams, Dennis Hart and Don Bunting from our Orange Lake division, they got 5 fish bagging all in that basket for me. 5 that will go. 18.13 pounds, 18.13. He says he's got a good one he wants to weigh. Go ahead and pull that entire bag out. Set it on the ground there. We'll pull that big fish out. And then hold it up for a quick photo, and then we'll get a quick weight on it. Beautiful fish. Scott's right there. Beautiful fish. Set that fish right under me. When they kick like that, they're big like that, it makes it tough to handle. Gonna go 7.47 pounds. That will take over second big fish, 7.47 pounds. Right down to the Camp Mack release boat for us. Next up to the stage from our Central Florida division, D. Hart, Steve Coleman Jr., otherwise known as Bubba. D set that bag in the scale for me. Those 5 going to go 15.91 pounds, 15.91. Great job, guys. All right, coming up from our Swanee River division, they won the points championship up in that division. Bryson Osteen, Joey Wood. Bryson, we got 5 fish in the bag, 6.75 pounds, 675. I'm going to hand that to you. We're going to stand here and talk for just a quick minute before we get those fish swimming again. Bryson, you've been running around all over the country the last couple of months. You come back here to the Kissimmee chain of lakes. I know not the finish you were looking for, but I know you're fishing out of that Blazer 650. It was windy out there today. Tell me a little bit about that boat, if you would.
Yeah, I put that boat through a lot, but it holds up good, in the big water. So, it's still fast and it holds up good. So that's all you can ask for. A lot of storage in the front. So I got it stuffed down with so much tackle, I can't fit anything else in there.
Running all over the place. You got enough tackle to fish from the St. Lawrence River all the way down to Okeechobee, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Plenty.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys coming out. I'm going to have you take these fish right down to the Camp Mack boat for us. We'll get those fish right back out in Lake Kissimmee. All right. Mac Johnson, Brian Lewis coming up to the stage next. They bounced around a couple of different. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Justin Neal and Mike Neal coming up to the stage. 3 fish in their bag. Justin, not the day you guys were hoping for. Tomorrow will be different. 3.66 pounds, 366. Appreciate you guys coming out. Coming up next, Miss Kim Mullis fishing with her husband, Terry. They are our directors of our Harris Chain division and our Orange Lake division. They've got one of the toughest jobs in all of Extreme Bass Series. We got 4 fish today, Kim, for 7.10 pounds. 710. I know not the event that you and Terry were hoping for day one, but I know you guys will come back tomorrow hunting for that big fish. All right, thank you for coming up. Steven and Jimmy Keith coming up from our Orange Lake division. They got a 5-fish limit. Mr. Keith set that bag right there for me. 5, that'll go. 13.16 pounds. 13.16. Appreciate you. Just take that bag right back down to the Camp Mack release boat. All right, our divisional champions from Johns Lake, Steven Sanders, Scott McDonald, they're coming up with a 5 bass limit. Set that bag right on the scale. 5, that will go. 14.31 pounds, 14.31. All right, appreciate you guys coming out and giving it a swing. All right, Jacob Eaton, Verben Goebel, they're coming up from our Central Florida and Harris divisions. They bounced between both divisions to qualify for this event. They got a 5 bass limit. For those of you that are interested or wondering how you qualify for the Extreme Bass Series Championship, it's all participation based. Fish 7 events in one division or 8 events in a combination of all divisions. Jacob, 5 fish, that will go. Solid bag for today, 21.53 pounds, 21.53. Anything you want to weigh for big fish? All right. All right, we got Harold Beasley, Steve Warden coming up to the stage. 3 fish in their bag. Set that right on the scale for me, Mr. Beasley. They're from our Orange Lake division. 3 fish, that will go. 3.63 pounds. Worked hard for them. Got to show them off, right? All right, go ahead and pull that back. And right down behind the stage is a release boat. We're going to have them idle those fish right back out for us. Nick Ward, Kirk Johnson from our Swanee River division. They got a 5 bass limit. Set that bag and all right on the scale. 5 fish, that will go. 15.73. Our points champions from our Estapoga division, David and Jordan Kiesel, they're coming up to the stage with a 5 bass limit. David says, not very big, Jordan. 8.24 pounds, 8.24. Appreciate you guys coming out. Just take those fish right back behind the stage. From our Garcia division, Mike Akers, Truman Patterson coming up to the stage. Truman set that bag there. 5 fish for him today. That will go. 16.19 pounds, 16.19. Up next, Leo Surratt, Ubi Rossell. They're coming up from our Johns Lake division. They got a 5 bass limit. Ubi won our 50-50 last night. Took home $600-something before we even got started today. 7.86 pounds, 786. Appreciate you guys coming. Our Garcia directors, George Short, Santos Solis Jr. coming up to the stage. Bag and all right on the scale. Junior. All right. He's trying to push it down as hard as he can, but can't quite get it there. 12.19 pounds. 12.19.
Let me, this is bad here. Just a minute.
Levi Green, Emmanuel Cantera coming up from our Ostopoga division. They got a 5 bass limit. Emmanuel, set that bag right on the stage, or on the scale, excuse me. 5 fish, that'll go 10.73 pounds, 10.73. Chris Keith and Ben Dowling, they're coming up to the stage next from our Orange Lake division. Chris, set that bag right on the scale. Solid bag. Watch the scales. 23.19 pounds, 23.19. That's going to move you into the top 5. I know you're fishing out of that Blazer 650, so I hope you're signed up for the Bonus Bucks program. Do you have anything better than 7.5 pounds that you want to weigh? We'll check it real quick. I know you had one good fish. Very lively, that Blazer 650 live well, keeping it good and alive. 6.59 pounds, 659 on that fish. Hold that. Hold them right up over. Hold them up high. Beautiful bag there. Coming up next, Brian Varga, Chris Adair. They bounce between Citrus and Orange Lake. They got 5 fish. Brian, those are going to go 14.32 pounds, 14.32. Coming up next, John Arrell and Christian Santos. They took home a couple of wins this season in our Ostopoga division. They got a 5 bass limit. Gentlemen, those 5 will go 12.36 pounds, 12.36. Kyle Graham, Danny Cravey coming up next from the Harris and North River divisions. 5 fish in their bag. Gentlemen, those 5 will go 10.34 pounds, 10.34. All right, coming up to the stage next from Garcia, Mike Bell, Bobby Ayers. They've got a 5 bass limit. They've been fishing with Xtreme for a number of years. 9.31 pounds, 9.31. Mark Stanton, Brian Moore, they're coming up next from the Harris division. They got a 5 bass limit, 1 fish care penalty. Unofficially, before the penalty, those 5 going to go 15.43 pounds, 15.43. Eddie Yeary, Gary Yeary Sr. coming up next from our Central Florida division. They got a 5 bass limit, all alive. And the younger Yearys cheering daddy on. Eddie, those 5 going to go 8.90 pounds, 890. I know not the day one you were hoping for, but having those little guys in the crowd cheering you on, how's that feel?
That makes it all worth it, bud.
Absolutely. Well, hope to see you guys back out here tomorrow morning, giving it another crack at it and another shot. All right, real quick, anglers that are in the weigh-in line, that was our last bag that's going into the release boat. The rest of everybody else, until they come back, I need you to take your fish and idle them back out into the river. David Banks, Howard Lowry coming up from our Garcia division. They got a 5 bass limit. Fish care, 2 fish care penalties going to assess this weight, 8.00 pounds, 800. All right, have you idle those fish right back out to the river for us. Jack Tennant, James Green coming up from our North River division. They got 5 fish in their bag, bagging all on the scale. 5 fish that'll go 11.42 pounds, 1142. Richard Newberry, Ron Causey coming up from our Tarpon division. They got 5 fish in their bag. Richard, set that bag and all there for me. 5 fish that'll go 10.16 pounds, 1016. All right, Michael Andrelevich, Jason Burgess, they bounced around a couple divisions to qualify for this event. 5 fish in the bag. 5 that'll go 8.84 pounds, 884. Neil Davis, Brent Stagg coming up next. They bounced around multiple divisions to qualify as well. They got 5 fish in their bag, bagging all there for me. After they will have a fish care penalty assessed to this, 14.26 pounds, 1426. Up next, DJ Buckholt and Will Binion. They're from our Estapoga division. DJ, set that bag on the scale for me. 5 fish that will go 13.76 pounds, 1376. Aaron Phillips, Gary Yeary Jr., they're coming up with 3 fish in their bag. They fished our Central Florida division all year. Gary set that bag on the scale. 3 solid fish for only having 3 fish, 8.30 pounds, 830. I've weighed some 5 fish limits that didn't quite touch that mark. All right, Robert and Richard Kirk, they're coming up from our Lake Tarpon division. 5 fish in the bag. Set that's right on the scale for me. 5, that'll go. 9.77 pounds, 977. Shane and Clayton Walls coming up next from our Central Florida division. 5 fish in the bag. Clayton. 5 will go. 13.75 pounds. 1375. All right, Mel Carter, Terry Oliver coming up to the stage next. Bounce between Citrus and Orange Lake to qualify. 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go. 15.58 pounds, 1558. We can weigh that one fish if you'd like. To take over second big fish, it's got to be better than 7.47 pounds. That'll be close. And it is close. 7.31 pounds, 731. I'll hand that to you. 747 is what it needed to be. I'm going to have you hold that fish up real quick. Scott's going to grab a quick photo for you. Wyatt Boyd, Terry Phillips coming up to the stage next from our Central Florida division. 5 fish in the bag, Wyatt, right on the scale for me. Those 5 going to go 12.17 pounds, 12.17. Again, anglers, the release boat has left to go make a run. Please idle your fish back out to the river. Please do not release the fish in the oxbow. Travis Wolf, Brandon Brown coming up next from our Harris division. 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go 10.69 pounds, 1069. Rich Patterson, David Rushing coming up next. They bounce between Harris and Toho to qualify. They got 5 fish in their bag, 1 fish care penalty. David, those will go 7.32 pounds, 732. Brent Carter, Brandon Blondeel coming up from our Toho division. They were neck and neck in the points race all season. They started out strong but couldn't quite finish it towards the end there. They got 5 fish in their bag. That'll go 15.38 pounds, 1538. He says he wants to weigh a big one. It's got to be better than 747. That's a beautiful fish there. That one's going to be close too. 7.20 pounds, 720. Grab a quick photo. Great job. Have you idle those fish right back out to the river for us. From our citrus division, Daniel and Russell Tillis, 5 fish in the bag. Daniel runs the Florida Bass Youth Nation. Took that over this year. Daniel, 5, that'll go 8.53 pounds, 853. Tomorrow is a new day, absolutely. Daryl Morris, David Sharp, they're one of a handful of teams that came all the way from the Tallahassee area from our Panhandle division. They've got 5 fish in their bag. Those 5 will go 9.27 pounds, 927. BJ Shira, Tim Webb coming up from our Swanee River division. BJ set that bag right on the scale. I got 5 fish. That will go 11.92 pounds, 1192. There's some days where 1192 wins up there. Kevin Swenzowski, Jason Fromm coming up from our North River division. They got 5 fish in the bag, and I saw one decent one go in. Those 5 will go 13.93 pounds. How big do we think that other fish is? 6 something. Needs to be better than 747 to take over second big fish. Current big fish is 798. We'll check it. It'll be close. It'll go 6.41 pounds, 641.
Hold that one up. Nice, thanks.
Joe Clement, John Armour, otherwise known as Teach, coming up to the stage from our Garcia division. He's got 5 fish, 1 fish care penalty. Unofficially, 11.1 pounds, 1141. Teach has been driving down from the Atlanta area every month to fish with us to qualify for this event. Speaking of long drives, this next angler coming up to the stage, Jim Elsesser, fishing with John Stanbaugh in our Toho division. Jim lives in Gunnersville, Alabama, and drives down once a month to fish with us and qualify for this event every single year. Jim, those 5 will go 11.09 pounds, 1109. All right, Miss Haley Woods fishing with her dad James coming up to the stage from our Central Florida division. Set that bag and all in on the scale for me, Haley. Haley, did you catch all the fish today?
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. She says 10.94 pounds. Put the work in against Dad. Did we stay dry today?
We did.
She had a little mishap in one of our Central Florida events, and she ended up going for a drink after trying to get a big fish in the boat, which I don't. The fish did go in the boat. It did go in the boat. So thanks, guys, for coming out and fishing with us. Greg and Houston Swearingen coming up next. They bounce between a couple divisions, Citrus, Orange Lake, and Tarpon. Qualify. Houston, 5 fish in the bag today. Those 5 will go 14.61 pounds, 1461. From our North River division and Orange Lake division, Phil Curry, Eric Lewis. They got 5 fish in their bag. Eric, put the bag right on the scale for me. Wave hi to everybody in the crowd. 5, that'll go 16.28 pounds, 1628. Do need them big ones, just a couple of bites shy. Again, we are paying back the top 25 after the conclusion of tomorrow's event. Currently sitting in that cut line, 13.93 pounds. John and Howie Dixon coming up from our Central Florida division. They got 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go 11.25 pounds, 11.25. Again, the anglers that are currently making their way into the bag line, please make sure to idle your fish back out to the river for us. The release boat is on a run. They're going to fill their tanks back up and roll right back in. Chuck Swan, Mike Johnson from our Swanee River division, 5 fish in the bag. Gentlemen, those 5, 12.18 pounds, 12.18. Looks like we got Willie Nelson coming up to the stage. Trey Dandy, Alan Clayton from our Swanee River division. Set that bag right there for me. Appreciate you guys coming out this weekend. 8.96 pounds, 8.96. All right, Johnny Johnson, Kenny Cook. They bounced around a couple divisions. Johnny, 1 fish today. Worked hard for it. 2.93 pounds, 293. All right, thank you, sir. James Williams, Gerald Boyd coming up. They bounced around a couple different divisions. 5 fish in the bag, James. He says it should have been a lot more. 14.97 pounds, 14.97 on those 5. Go get them tomorrow. Derek Manning, Mack Cruz coming up to the stage next. They bounced around a couple different divisions as well. 5 fish in the bag. That'll go 7.66 pounds, 766. All right, Ronnie Pruitt, Nick Johnson coming up to the stage. Bounced around a couple divisions as well. 5 fish in the bag. Mr. Johnson set that bag right on the scale. 5, that'll go 8.35 pounds, 835. All right, coming up next, Tom and Mark Strong. They got 5 fish in the bag. Right on the scale there for me. 5, that'll go 16.22 pounds, 1622. That puts you currently within the top 25. All right, from our Toho division, no strangers to the Kissimmee chain, Shelton Smith, Eric Andrews, they got 5 fish in their bag. And I saw one very solid fish go in there as well. Those 5 going to go 21.13 pounds, 21.13. I'm going to hand you that. Then I'm going to have you pick that bag up. All right, needs to be better than 747 to take over second big fish. 7.87 pounds, 787. That does take over second big fish. Have you hold that fish up really quick for a quick photo there. Great job, guys. Idle those fish back out to the river for us. All right, next case is Gonzalez, John Stahl. They qualified through our Toho division with 5 fish in their bag. All right, Casey, set that bag right there for me. 5 that'll go. 14.87 pounds, 1487. Team Bass Assassin coming up to the stage next. Robin Shiver, Trevor Lamb. They bounce between Orange Lake and Swanee River. They got 5 fish in the bag. Blogger, those are going to go 14.29 pounds, 1429. All right, Rodney Yavorsky, Chuck Gomez coming from our Tarpon division. I was just informed the release boat is back and they're at the floating dock. So, Rodney, you can take these fish right back down to Mr. Dennis. 11.43 pounds, 1143. Chris Miller and Randy Miller coming up from our Johns Lake division. 5 fish in their bag. Set it right on the scale for me. 8.09 pounds, 809. Jesus Villages and Alex Pico's coming up to the stage next. Bounced around a bunch of different divisions to qualify. 5 fish in their bag. Set it right on the scale for me. 5 that'll go. 7.77 pounds, 777s. Might be time to go to the casino. Sent out 170 teams on Lake Kissimmee this morning. We're about halfway through the weigh-in. The final flight is not due in until 5 o'clock. All right. Ben Paquin, Quang Park coming up. Ben, good seeing you. 5 fish in the bag. Unofficially, before a fish care penalty, 9.59 pounds, 959. Brad Winning, Shannon McDaniel coming up from our Harris division. Shannon, 4 fish in the bag. That will go. 10 pounds on the nose, 10 pounds even. Up next, we got Dylan Riley and Grace Epkowski coming up from our Garcia division. 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go 9.98 pounds, 998.
Toby.
All right, coming up to the stage next, Matt Elixon, Hunter Pruitt. They're way in the back to 5 fish in the bag. Gonna go 8.28 pounds, 828. Did you have a side bet going? All right, weighing lines picked back up. Andrew Hall, Will Brown coming up to the stage. They got 5 fish in their bag. Not the bag I know you were hoping for, gentlemen, but 13.63 pounds, 1363. All right, we got Kyle and Cheryl Brewer coming up to the stage next from our Central Florida division. They got 5 fish. All right. Watch the scales here. It's taking both of them to carry this bag. Needs to be better than 27.68 to take over the lead. New leaders, Dirty 30 Fitzgerald Mega Bag, 32.64 pounds. 32.64. We're going to set that off to the side here. Let's pick that entire bag out. She's got one big one she wants to weigh. And we're going to get a quick photo. All right, needs to be better than 798 to take over Big Fish. Trophy catch, 8.58 pounds, 8.58 pounds. Cheryl, did you catch that fish? Yes, she did. He said the rest are all his. Grab one more there for you. We're going to hold that bag up. I got it. Right here. Great job. Yeah, Scott, let's grab a quick photo, solo photo there. What a beautiful bag of fish. What a beautiful fish. Currently takes over the lead. All right, who do we have next? $32.6 pounds. I'm going to have to do some checking, but that may be the largest bag ever weighed in Extreme Bass Series Championship history. We've had some big bags come across the stage, but I don't know that we've ever seen a 30-plus pound Fitzgerald mega bag. All right, Gary Muchler and Rich Anthony coming up to the stage from our Tarpon division. 5 fish all alive, right on the scale. That's a tough act to follow, isn't it, Rich?
That is. That's a terrible act to follow.
16.61 pounds, 1661. Thank you, guys. Anglers, I was informed that the release boat is back and they're positioned on the floating dock. Don Eady, Kenny Bivens coming up to the stage from our Toho division. I know that they got a decent bag because Don's coming up to the stage. Didn't send Kenny. Don, 5, that'll go 11.70 pounds, 1170. Don just told me that they did have a 30-pound plus bag in the 2019 Harris Chain of Lakes Championship event. I do recall that event. They came from way behind and ended up finishing the day in the event in second place. From Swanee River, Ozzie and Landon Parrish, 5 fish in the bag, fishing out of a Blazer 625 today, 12.29 pounds. There you go, Ozzie. James Romig, Colton Morris coming up to the stage. Colton, you got 5 fish in the bag. That'll go 9.56 pounds, 956. All right. Somebody dropped keys for a Honda. It's got a rainbow trout and an orange lanyard. If you dropped your keys and you got a Honda with an orange lanyard, I've got them up on the stage. Colby Cagle, Braden Robinson, thank you. I don't have my contacts in. 5 fish, that'll go 9.87 pounds, 987. Eric Panzeroni coming up to the stage, fishing with Rick Bach. They got 5 fish in their bag. That'll go 16.50 pounds, 1650. Rob and Pete Roberson coming up to the stage from our Harris division. 5 fish, Pete. Great seeing you. Always a pleasure having you up on the stage and at our events. 8.56 pounds, 856. Joey Pate, Dennis Red coming up to the stage next. 5 fish in their bag. Set that right on the scale for me, Dennis. 5, that'll go. 12.88 pounds, 1288. John Myers, Reggie Bush coming up to the stage next. They got a 5 bass limit. Mr. Myers set those right on the scale. Those 5 will go 13.27 pounds, 1327. I want to take a quick moment to thank all of our sponsors: Blazer Boats, Mercury Marine, Visit Central Florida Sports, Camp Mack, GSM Outdoors, Fitzgerald Fishing, Trojan Battery Sales, Lowrance, Bass Assassin, and of course, Power Pole. Big thank you to GSM for providing all the product for the captain's bags at our meeting. Brian Hart, Colby Berger from Lake Tarpon, 5 fish in their bag. Solid bag, 22.36 pounds, Colby, 22.36. All right, William and Harry Cooey coming up to the stage from our Swanee River division. 5 fish in the bag, bag and all on the scale. $7.73 pounds, 773. Our 2024 Extreme Bass Series champions up at the St. Johns River in beautiful Putnam County last year took home a Blazer 625, same boat that they're fishing for this weekend. Chad Schroeder, Anthony Salati, 14.02 pounds, 14.02. Real quick, Anthony, you've been running that boat all season. I know they got that boat built for you before the start of the year, so that was fantastic. Big thanks to Blazer. But tell me a little bit about that new boat.
It's been awesome running in a rib-ething around down here on the chain. Yeah, it's been nothing but good to say about it.
A little bit breezy today. How'd that boat handle the chop?
We were rolling 70 through it all.
Fantastic. Well, have you take those fish right back down to the release boat for us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Michael Cabong, Clay Mock from our Central Florida division, 5 fish in the bag. Michael, I know this is a little bit shy of what your expectations were. 14.31 pounds, 14.31. Brad Winning, Shannon McDaniel coming up from Harris and no, hold on. Let's make sure we got. All right, we got the system set now. Jason Brewer, Steve Coleman, they got 5 fish in the bag. That'll go 12.26 pounds, 12.26. Give us just a second, Tyler. All right, we got it set now from our Orange Lake division. They got 5 fish in the bag. He says about 5 pounds, a little bit better than that. 8.44 pounds, 8.34. All right, give us just a second. Let her get caught up on the computer. All right, Trey. Trey Bozeman, Luke Wright, they got 5 fish in the bag. 5, that'll go 13.94 pounds, 13.94. Richard Delabar, Anthony DeFonso coming up. They got a 5 bass limit. Richard, set that bag there for me. 5, that'll go 12.94 pounds, 12.94. They came close to winning this event at the Harris division the Harris event a couple years ago. Brian Schmidt, John Greek coming up to the stage next. They got a 5 bass limit. Set that bag right on the scale for me. 5, that'll go 8.97 pounds, 8.97. Dale Rogers, Bobby Brandon coming up from our Central Florida division. 5 fish in the bag, Bobby. 8.66 pounds, 866. Hold on. All right. Well, we've got Ken Whitlow, Steve Whitlow coming up to the stage. Set that bag right there for me. That bag will go 11.16 pounds, 11.16. All right, Jamie and Jim Stevens coming up. They're Jamie's our Okeechobee Division Director this year. They got a 5 bass limit that'll go 16.88 pounds, 1688. Solid bag, Jamie. Yes, sir, Mr. Stevens. Yes, sir, Jim. He says, I'm Jim. Mr. Stevens was my dad. All right, Gary Spencer and John Landry coming up to the stage from our Orange Lake division. We set that bag and all right on the scale. That bag will go 13.91 pounds, 1391. All right, Woody, come on up. Woody Bozeman and Billy Jackson Sr. coming up with 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go 9.01 pounds, 901. Team Lawrence coming up to the stage. Mark Lundgren, Steve Boogie Brown. They qualified through our Toho division. Set that bag right in the scale. Mark, great seeing you. Gentlemen, those 5 will go 14.73 pounds, 1473. He says we tried. He's going to be right there in the middle of the pack somewhere. That's about the average bag I think we've been seeing. A little bit above average. All right, Bob Grosso and Lonnie Cornett coming up from our Tarpon division. 5 fish in the bag, gentlemen. That'll go 7.29 pounds, 729. James Romig, Layla Jones coming up from our North River division. They got a 5 bass limit. James set that bag right on the scale. 5, that will go 17.17 pounds, 1717. All right, Randy Ashby, Jesse Howard coming up from our Orange Lake division. 11.25 pounds on that bag, Jesse. 11.25. We're going to take a quick moment. 11.25 on those 5, but you had one fish at Orange Lake this year that weighed a little bit more than that. Just one fish. I want you to tell me about that fish.
We worked hard for it, but it was a lucky fish, and we worked harder for these today.
He did. So that one fish was a 13.00 pounder, 13 on the nose. It also ended up taking home the overall big bass side pot of the year. And before we even got started with this event, they took home $5,440 for that one fish. So congratulations, guys. You're not definitely leaving here empty-handed. So. All right, Stephen and Alan Dyson coming up to the stage. 5 fish in their bag. They're coming up from our Orange Lake division. Those 5 will go 10.23 pounds, 10.23. Mikey Johnson, David McIntyre coming up from our North River division. Mikey set that bag in the scale. 5 fish, that'll go 9.03 pounds, 9.03. He says, better than I thought we had. Randy Collins, Steven Ziegelhofer coming up from our Harris division. 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go 11.34 pounds, 11.34. Slowly still trickling in here. 170 teams that went out. Looks like we've had about 120 of those come across the stage. All right, we got Benny Beckham and Paul Braun from our Orange Lake division. Paul, set that bag on the scale for me. They got a 5 bass limit before fish care penalties. We're going to look at 11.86 pounds, 11.86. Chico Barnett, Jason Pate from our Swanee River division. Jason set that bag on the scale. They got 5 that'll go 11.27 pounds, 11.27. All right, John Mobley, Charles Menta from our North River and Orange Lake division. 5 fish in the bag. John Mobley, excuse me. 12.38 pounds, 12.38. Shane and Trayson Phelps qualified through our Aristopoga division. They got a 5 bass limit. Trayson set that bag on the scale. 5 that'll go 16.02 pounds, 16.02. Thank you, gentlemen. John O'Farrell, Scott Myers coming up to the stage. They got 4 fish in their bag. How are we doing today, gentlemen? Set that bag right there for me. Fantastic. A little bit breezy out there today, say the least. 10.37 pounds on that bag, 1037. Jesse Nash, Joe Riley coming from our Swanee River Division, 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go 16.53 pounds, 1653. All right, Dylan, come on up here. Come see me. Seth Slanker, Dylan Mock. They got 5 fish in their bag. Dylan, been waiting all afternoon for you. You brought me 13.77 pounds, 1377. Will and Colby Evans coming up to the stage. They got a solid bag, it looks like. Will, do we have 30 pounds?
Oh, heck.
He says, heck no. Solid bag nonetheless, though, 24.04 pounds, 2404. Anything that'll touch 8 pounds in there? Maybe 2 of them. We need one right at 8 pounds to take over second big fish. All right. Appreciate you, bud. Christian Hawk, James Morrison coming up to the stage next. They got 5 fish in their bag. James, those 5 will go 16.03 pounds, 1603. I think you're leading the house right now, by the way. Michael Graham, Kurt Perry coming up from our Swanee River Division. They got 5 fish in the bag. Kurt set that bag on the scale. Those 5 will go 15.56 pounds, 1556. Tommy Studd still coming up to the stage with 5 fish in his bag, fished with Wally Grant. Tommy, those 5, 11.32 pounds, 1132. Bill and Chris Rutkowski coming up to the stage, fishing in the Toho division, 5 fish in the bag. That'll go 13.95 pounds, 1395. Do you have anything you want to show off to the crowd? Ray Trudeau, Walter Thompson coming up to the stage. Walter set that bag on the scale. 5 fish, that'll go 11.48 pounds, 11.48. Jody Marriott, Ronnie Crown from our Orange Lake division. They got 5 fish in the bag. That'll go 10.19 pounds, 10.19. Tommy Young, JD Runner coming up. They got a 5 bass limit. He says there ain't much in there. 5, that'll go 8.70 pounds, 870. Jacob Morrison, Jack Hicks coming up to the stage next. 5 fish in the bag. Those 5 will go 11.22 pounds, 11.22. Chad Herring, Eugene Reddish coming up. All right. All right. They got 5 fish in their bag. 12.30 pounds. 12.30. There we go. Mike Boyett, Ben Broughton. They got 5 fish. 11.89 pounds. 11.89. Getting towards the end of our weigh-in. The second to last flight is just getting checked in. We've got another 10 more minutes before the final flight is due in. Josh Johnson, CJ Novak coming up. CJ set that bag on the scale. They got 5 fish, qualified through the Central Florida division. Those 5 will go 12.64 pounds, 12.64. Appreciate all of you coming out and watching this weigh-in today. We're down here along the shores of Lake Kissimmee, beautiful Camp Mack in Polk County, Florida. We sent 170 teams out on the water today. They're from all over. They qualified for this event from all over the state. These anglers are fishing for 2 days. They're vying for a first place prize of a new Blazer 625. It's paired with a Mercury 250 Pro XS. It's got Lowrance electronics, a power pole move, power pole trolling motor. It's got a set of power pole blades, a power pole charge to keep the batteries charged up, Lowrance electronics, and Trojan batteries powering it all. All right, Paul, come see me. Paul Arkey, Brian Peralt, they're from our Toho division. Paul, those 5 will go 7.18 pounds, 718. Avery Ramiro, Dylan Drury coming up. They're from our North River division. They got 5 fish in their bag. Dylan, those 5 will go 9.94 pounds, 994. Yeah, they finished in second in this event last year at the St. Johns River. Josh Schuler, Alex Floyd coming up from our Panhandle division up around Tallahassee. Appreciate you guys making the drive down. Set that bag there for me. 5 fish. That will go 14.01 pounds, 1401. Appreciate you guys driving down, being a part of this event. We've got a release boat on the floating dock there. Clint Combass, Casey Marsh, they're coming up to the stage next, qualified through the Citrus Division. 5 fish in their bag. Casey, how we doing? He says we could have done better. We got 5 that'll go 14.92 pounds, 1492. Michael Fletcher, Jason Young coming up to the stage next from our Toho division. 5 fish in the bag. Gentlemen, those 5 will go 6.88 pounds, 688. Thank you, guys. Ronnie Gills, Wade Bass, they're coming up next. They bounce between Harris, Johns Lake, and Toho divisions. 5 fish in the bag today. Set that bag right on the scale. Those 5 will go 9.63 pounds, 963. Matt, come on up here. Matt Holben, Andrea McMillan from Johns Lake. Set that Fitzgerald mega bag on the scale. 3.38 pounds. We'll come back tomorrow and give it another shot. Hopefully crack into that top 25 with a big bag and maybe take one of those big fish spots. Alan Lower, Stephen Burgess coming up to the stage next. 2 fish in their bag. Have you set that bag right there for me, Alan? Those 2 will go 3.49 pounds, 349. All right. You woke up in rage today, right? Good seeing you guys. All right. We do have a break in the weigh line. The last flight is not due in for another 4 minutes. They're checking in all the way down at the mouth of the oxbow and then idling in. So we're going to take a little bit of a pause here until we get another wave of anglers in. Once we have everybody checked in and we can ensure that everybody is in safely, make any of those teams that are planning on weighing their fish, we'll get them weighed before we close the scales. Again, I do want to thank all of our sponsors for this season, for this event. Blazer Boats, Mercury Marine, their support is a tremendous help in what we do for these anglers. This is a non-professional grassroots team tournament trail. We have multiple divisions all across the state of Florida. If you have any interest in checking those divisions out, you can find the 2026 schedules on XtremeBassSeries.com. Blazer Boats, Mercury Marine, like I just mentioned. Big thank you to Power Pole, Visit Central Florida Sports, Catch Commander, Fitzgerald Fishing, GSM Outdoors, they're the ones that donated product for our captain's bags. Big thank you to Rants. I believe I already said Power Pole. Thank you to Power Pole. Big thank you to Camp Mack for hosting us down here this weekend. Beautiful shores of Kissimmee River, the Kissimmee Chain of Lakes. Give you guys a quick rundown on your current top 5. In 5th place, 23.19 pounds, Chris Keith Ben Dowling. 26.05 in 4th place, Jeremy Smith, Jim Foltz. Lee Stalvey and Parker Stalvey sit in 3rd place with 27.54 pounds. Drew Carter, Bobby Lane Jr., 27.68 pounds. And Kyle Brewer and Cheryl Brewer, mother and son team, they are leading with a Fitzgerald Fishing Mega Bag, 32.64 pounds. They also have the lock currently on Big Fish at 8.58 pounds. Drew Carter, Bobby Lane Jr. have second Big Fish at 7.98 pounds. The top 25 cut is currently sitting at 16.03 pounds. All right, we got looks like 1 or 2 teams that have made their way to the bag line. Those of you watching at home, if you've never been down here to Camp Mack, it is definitely old Florida. I encourage you all to at least take a trip down here and come see Jim and the crew. Gives you a great opportunity to see what old Florida is all about. Steve Burlington, David Carrington from our Arstopoka division. They got 2 fish in the bag. 2 that will go, 4.95 pounds, 4.95. All right, Casey Duquette, Shane Burgess coming up from the Swanee River Division. They got 5 fish in the bag and all. 5 fish that will go, 12.92 pounds, 12.92. James Newell, Daniel Hinkleman coming from the Okeechobee division. 5 fish in their bag. Bagging all on the scale. Those 5 will go 11.72 pounds, 1172. All right, we got another lull. The final flight should have checked in. We only had about 15 teams, I believe, in that final flight. So as they checked in, they're going to idle down. We have a couple of teams from that second to last flight that are getting their fish bagged up. So we do still have some anglers to weigh. All right, Taylor. Ben Harris, Taylor Harris, father and son team. They got 4 fish in the bag. Taylor, those 4, 8.16 pounds, 816. Hey, all right, Raymond, come see me. Raymond Birdine, Rex Birdine. 5 fish in the bag. Set them right there on the scale. He says, I bet we didn't clear 4 pounds. We got 6.48 on that bag. 648. Getting here to the very tail end of our weigh-in. Aaron Wells and Dustin Rain, they're from our Orange Lake and Swanee River division. 4 fish in their bag. Those 4 will go 6.70 pounds. 670. All right, I'm going to take a brief pause here, go walk the bank, see if we've got any other anglers that are going to be weighing in. Top couple of teams. I know Kyle and Cheryl, they're sticking around. Drew and Bobby, Lee and Parker. If you guys would stick around for a few more minutes, we're going to have a brief conversation just to talk about a few things on the day and going into tomorrow. So, folks, we'll be right back with you. All right, looks like we've got everybody checked in and weighed in. I'm gonna make one last call for fish anglers. If you've got fish, I'll give you another 2 minutes before we officially close the scales. Currently leading this event, we've got Kyle Brewer and Cheryl Brewer with a Fitzgerald Mega Bag, 32.64 pounds. Second place, Drew Carter, Bobby Lane Jr., 27.68 pounds. Lee Stalvey and Parker Stalvey, they sit in third place, 27.54 pounds. Jeremy Smith and Jim Folks in fourth place, 26.05 pounds. Rounding out your top 5 after day 1, Chris Keith and Ben Dowling with 23.19 pounds. Currently, your cut line is at 16.03 pounds for the top 25. Your top 2 big bass today, just mirroring first and second place in the overall standings. Kyle Brewer and Cheryl Brewer with an 8.58 pound fish, followed by Drew Carter, Bobby Lane Jr. with a 7.98 pound fish. All right, we're going to officially close the scales. Appreciate everybody joining us. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon for the conclusion of today's event, or the weekend's event, rather. First flight will be due in at 3:30. We will have the scales open, as always, an hour early, so we'll be opening the scales at 2:30 tomorrow. Get anybody weighed in that's trying to get off the water. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Look forward to seeing everybody down here tomorrow. Folks at home, if you're watching online and you want to come down and be a part of this event and the afternoon festivities, make sure you come down to Camp Mack after the conclusion of the weigh-in. Once we're all said and done, There will be a band that'll be rocking and rolling from 6 to 9 o'clock tomorrow night right down here. So come down to Camp Mack, join everybody, and be a part of the fun. All right. Thank you.